Hey guys, welcome back to Suitcase Princess. My name is Shauna. If you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4 who loves to get out and travel around. Today, I want to share with you our thoughts on the Monterey Bay Aquarium in California. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notification, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find us down in the comment section or over on Instagram at Suitcase Princess. I highly suggest that you follow us over there so that you see when we do have new content coming out. And by hitting the like and subscribe button here on YouTube, you are helping us out a great deal. We share maybe not mostly, a lot of Disney travel content, but we also share other things just that our family is doing and experiencing in an effort to help encourage families get out with their kids. A lot of parents, I think, are discouraged to get out with their kiddos, and we just want to share what we've learned along the way so that you can have more fun, you can find more value in the dollars that you're spending, but to also do it all with a little bit less stress. So let's get right into this. We recently had the opportunity to visit the Monterey Bay, California area. We had a wonderful time. We got to go on a whale watching tour, which was the first of its kind experience for our family. It was amazing. We got to go to a butterfly sanctuary, which was also amazing. Have and experience a lot of local eats and a lot of fun. Visit the beach there, which was gorgeous and so incredibly different from our local beach here in the Houston, Galveston area. And we had a wonderful time. We also visited Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure while we were in the area, since why not? We had a wonderful trip. Now, one of the things that we did do, and one of the things that we were looking forward to, was visiting the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Now, if you are unfamiliar, if you've seen the Pixar wonderful film Finding Dory, the aquarium in Finding Dory is modeled after the Monterey Bay Aquarium. It is important to note that it is modeled after the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Because of that movie, I think I was expecting something very, very different than what we got. We were able to go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium. We had a great time, but it was not what I imagined. And I did not, full disclosure, I did not, put in the research to know what to expect. So that's on me. It was fun. I think it's really good for families because of the way that a lot of their exhibits are set up and structured and modeled. And it's very informative. It's really great in conservation efforts. I believe it's an AZA member, all of those things, really great. But it just was not what I was expecting. So I feel like that's maybe something to share with everyone else. It was also quite expensive for my family of 4 to go. If I'm not mistaken, I believe we spent maybe just under $200 for 4 tickets. I will insert right here the actual price that we did pay, but it was not inexpensive. And for what I had fashioned in my brain was gonna happen, and then the price that I paid, what I got, like, it was fun. I can say we did it. We can check it off our list. I don't know that I would do it again just because of cost. If we were in the area, of course, but we're not. So to search it out and to venture there, probably not. Staff was very helpful, very knowledgeable. We did have to pay for parking. It is in an area which I have like this litmus test for like tourist areas, right? So it's in this area called Cannery Row where there used to be like all these sardine canneries and seafood processing plants right on the bay there, really nice area that's been kind of gentrified and reimagined into being like a tourist hotspot, hotels and shops and all of that kind of thing. Because of that, it has some of those things that I always view as like a tourist town, right? So like a Rocky Mountain chocolate factory, like you never see that like in any random strip center. It's always in like a tourist town. So that should give you, like, to me, that tells me what I need to know. So it's in an area that's gorgeous, wonderful walking paths everywhere. Now, the Monterey Bay Aquarium, hands down, in all the places that we have been since the world has taken a turn for insanity, DC, Disneyland, Disney World, where else have we been? California, all over the place, everything here, in all of the times that we have been there. By far, the most stringent entrance protocols I have yet to experience anywhere anywhere at all. We had to bring our vaccination cards with an ID. They have on-site testing if you need to be tested, as opposed to having your vaccine cards when you go in. They compare everything. It was very intense. Again, of all the places we've been, this is by far, and we went in and saw the Declaration of Independence. I mean, like, hands down, the most intense experience with this that we have had to date. And I don't know if they've since changed their protocols since just a couple months ago when we went, but well, not even 2 months ago yet, really. But it was pretty strict. So if that's something that is important or matters to you, keep that in mind. We did get to go in. It was pretty easy. We carried our backpacks, so we had our waters and our snacks, no big deal. You know, kind of like we do everywhere. And it was a great visit. We did enjoy it as a family. So before we go any further, I'm gonna pop over and do a little voiceover and show you some of the exhibits.
Hello. Hello, and today we're going to go to Monterey Bay Aquarium. I want to see a lot of stuff, like maybe dolphins and octopuses and like I don't know, maybe squids.
Squid?
I don't know.
Squid would be cool.
Yeah. Crabs. Yes, and seashells. Maybe we'll find a purple one. And Dory.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And whales, maybe like the ones that you see in like Dory. Like, you know which ones I'm talking about?
The big blue whales?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
A Destiny whale?
Yeah, Destiny.
Destiny. Cool. I'm excited. All right.
Yeah.
And here we are. We've gone into the Monterey Bay Aquarium. You actually walk into a very large open space that has full-size kind of whale replicas and skeletons hanging from the ceiling. It's so cool. This right here, we stood here for a while, and it was one of those like, is it screens or is it tanks? It sure enough was tanks, and isn't it gorgeous? It's entirely overhead, and they swim, I guess, in this circular pattern because of the current, but it was amazing. And then you move into this area that has fish and different kinds of jellyfish. It was so gorgeous. This was maybe some of the most impressive stuff to my husband and I, because you can't even see where they're going. You can't tell where the loop is. You can't tell how the tanks work. It's so fun to have this little portal into this underwater world. There's different kinds of jellyfish. Again, some we've never even heard of, which is amazing. We had such a great time. This was one of those areas where I was like, oh, the open sea, and you can remember it from Finding Dory. And then it was a little bit different. A little bit was just not at all what we expected. We did enjoy it. It's a fantastic aquarium. Again, just not exactly what we were expecting. Here are some gorgeous things right here. This is maybe one of the coolest things. It is like a microscope view of ocean water, and it's showing you what all is actually in the water, and then it's interactive. So you can go over and kind of touch it, and it expands and tells you more about the things that you are seeing in the water. It was so cool. Many of you know that we do homeschool, and this was one of those things where it's like, this is absolutely an amazing educational experience. My kids were so entertained. It's fun to touch things. There's so many things at this aquarium that you can just touch. So many things for learning. It really was amazing. One of the things that we did get to do, they have a really great sea otter program. We learned so much about sea otters. We were able to see the sea otters, but then also sit through a video, and it's almost like an interactive video in the sense like you sit in the theater and you see it, but then there's somebody there. One of the keepers is telling you about what you're seeing. It was really great. It was very informative. We had such a great time. This was my absolute favorite exhibit. Multi-floor tank. You can see all of the animals in there. There's this wall of bubbles. It was gorgeous. So stunning. All different kinds of animals. There definitely was like a little touch board over where you could learn more. And it was just so gorgeous to just stand there and look. It was, I mean, the right lighting. There's like a second floor to this room, like a loft area with seating where you can just sit and stare, because it is so hypnotic almost. It was so pretty. And here comes this amazing swarm of fish that just swims right by. It was so fantastic. Look at that. It's so stunning. I could have stayed here for just quite a while. It was such a great and fun thing to do. We stood in here for maybe ever. Again, the Monterey Bay Aquarium is a really great visit. The entire building is this old kind of manufacturing building, and then it's built almost in a U kind of around this bay area outside, and you can go sit out there and it's sunny and it's gorgeous, and you can see the waves splashing in, and it's also accessible. Every level has a balcony that goes out with the viewfinders. It's so fun. It's such a unique kind of setup. And again, here's more of just things for kids. This is seabirds, and you can kind of mimic them and like glide them and steer them. And there was eggs and different kinds of penguins and all kinds of things. Just touch everywhere. So if you are looking for an amazing, there's the balcony I was talking about, an amazing interactive aquarium experience. And for one time, absolutely go for one time. If you're in the area, I'm sure the membership is a great savings. But for us, it was on the pricey side. But again, I'm really glad we checked it off our box and did it. They had an amazing exhibit of like, ocean trash that's been remade into works of art. So pretty, stunning. Look at this, how intricately carved these things are to represent different things. Oh, the octopus. We saw so many. They have a great collection of octopus. It was so fun. My kids absolutely love octopus. We look for them every chance we get, everywhere we go. And look at how active this guy is. It was so fun. And it's a center tank right in the middle. So like this is right at my kids' face level, which makes it so much more entertaining that you can really see their little beak and their mouths and their suckers. It was so fun. Look at this little guy. He's tiny and just floating around there on the bottom. It was so fun. Okay, so they have a really great exhibit called the Kelp Forest, and it is like multi-stories tall, this massive tank, but they have a touch tank where you can come over and touch the different kinds of kelp. You can learn about them. He let her hold a little crab right here. It's so cute. Touch tanks are the best, just to feel them and get to really experience that. Here is a shot coming up Kelp Forest. So you can see all the animals kind of living in there, all the fish, and then it goes like multi-stories high. And as the waves outside are crashing, you can really watch it kind of sway back and forth. It was amazing. And I know that my daughter retained this because we just went to the Moody Gardens Aquarium and we asked her, what is that? And my 5-year-old was able to say kelp. Like, why did you think I would not know that? So definitely a learning experience. So fun, so educational, so hands-on, which makes it really fun for everybody. And penguins. There's this fun little nook where you can get right up eye level to the little penguin exhibit. So fun. This was amazing. It's like a little kind of tunnel that you can walk through, but it shows you kind of what that little wave tidal surge looks like right there. And so it shoots the water over the glass and you can stand under it. So fun. They did have another touch tank that was not open, but there's a little like aviary section that you can walk into for beach and seabirds. We actually used to have something like this. It was a kiosk here at the Houston Zoo. And what it does is it's the same little guy, and it just talks to you about sustainable seafood eating practices. And so there's like a menu and you can choose and learn things. Another giant Pacific octopus, amazing, right here, right up on the glass. So fun. There's another one hanging out where you can almost tell that he's like kind of camouflaged into the wall here. We had an amazing experience at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Highly recommend it, at least for a one trip. If you get the opportunity to go, super fun, super hands-on, but do a little bit better job than me and see if you can actually do some research to find out what to expect. This is a little exhibit featuring the original state of the building.
Guys, I hope that you found any of that helpful, entertaining, or informative. I hope that it helps you decide whether or not it's a place you would like to visit, especially with kiddos. It was great. We did enjoy it very much. Like I said before, cost, value, experience, I may not do it again, but I'm glad we've done it at least once. We happen to be in the area and it was a great use of a few hours of our day. So if you happen to be in the area, by all means, it is definitely geared toward families, a lot of young kid interactive things to do, as you saw. So I hope that this helps you plan out a vacation or a trip to get your kiddos to the area. And if you happen to be along the way, know that the Monterey Bay Aquarium, while a little bit on the pricier side for an event with the family, is definitely worth the time going and enjoying with your family. Guys, as always, You can find me down in the comment section or over on Instagram at Suitcase Princess. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or informative, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, and turn on the bell for notifications.